Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, people on both sides of the aisle are reacting to the legislature passing Senate Bill 150. Why some folks say they voted against their party.
And this weekend marks 20 years since the U.S. invasion of Iraq. How the war is being remembered by those who served.
Plus, that green isn't just for St. Patrick's Day. It's also been all over Pinpoint Doppler this afternoon. Details on when we dry out and cool down coming up as Mountain News at 5:30 starts now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Steve Hensley.
And I'm Olivia Calfee. A controversial bill dealing with LGBTQ policies and schools and gender-affirming health care is headed to Governor Andy Beshear's desk.
The Senate approved Senate Bill 150 last night. Lawmakers prioritized the bill to get it approved before the veto period. Samantha Valentino is asking legislators why they voted the way they did.
There's a lot of factors that go into how a person votes. Party is not one of mine, and never has been.
Senator from Carter, cast your vote.
I'm going to vote aye today, reluctantly.
Senator Robin Webb was the only Democrat to vote in favor of Senate Bill 150 on Thursday. Senator Danny Carroll was the only Republican to vote against it.
I think the issue is going to be ongoing. I think some of it will go on to be decided in a court of law, where it probably should be. And that was part of the impetus behind my yes vote.
Senate Bill 150 began as an act on parents' rights and protecting teachers who misgender students. It was modified Thursday to include the language of House Bill 470, a bill on banning gender-affirming care. The bill passed the House with a near party line vote of 75 to 22, with the exception of one Democrat voting in favor and 3 Republicans voting against it, including Representative Kim Banta.
I felt like we were singling out a very fragile group who already struggle for acceptance and belonging. And I just, honestly, I said, this is mean, and I can't do this.
Representative Banta says she had concerns about Senate Bill 150 from the start, but adding in House Bill 470 was the sinking ship for her.
I understand that very good people with very good hearts are frightened, but not being a medical practitioner, I'm not going to disagree with doctors.
In Frankfort, Samantha Valentino.
Senate Bill 150 now heads to Governor Beshear's desk. He is expected to veto the bill, but lawmakers could override that at the end of the month.
A CSX train derailed yesterday in Glendale in Hardin County. Officials say the train was trying to avoid hitting a semi-truck and trailer stuck on a crossing at Hodgenville Road. Preliminary reports say 21 rail cars left the tracks. One of the cars hit an occupied vehicle near the crossing. The passengers in that car have non-life-threatening injuries. Officials say there was no hazardous material involved. We have an update on last month's toxic chemical train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. An Environmental Protection Agency administrator said yesterday the cleanup will take at least another 3 months, and that's barring bad weather or any changes to the site condition. As of yesterday, about half of the total excavation and contaminated soil from under the track was completed. Nearly 7 million gallons of liquid and more than 5,400 tons of solid waste was taken from the site for disposal.